RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Devlin.
Hold on a second. Hold on, everybody. I'm really batting 1,000 tonight. Hi, guys. This is Devlin. Unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. And we're going to have a simulcast with our good friend Robyn Kincaid as soon as I get my shite together here. All right. I'm just checking all the levels. Thank you for hanging out. It's we got to do this because this is the liberal media and we only have each other and we got a lot of work to do. So thank you for your support. Please become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Also, check out the Tara Show tomorrow. We're going to have a show on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Political Voices Network. The link is down in the description. And thank you, Jim, for coming right in and being a moderator. Looks good, sounds good. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, my friend. All right. Let's call Robyn. And thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News. I'm hoping you're doing well, taking care of yourself, one day at a time, my friend. And all right, we got a lot of work to do. So let's get Robyn in. We're only going to do audio with Robyn because she's not quite healed yet from her amazing major surgery. Well, she had surgery for her face, that lucky person there. Let me see. Hold on. She said, which one? I'm just looking up which one I have to call on. Okay. Here we go. Calling now. One ringy dingy, I should say. Calling. I don't hear anything though. Oh, here we go. Bing bong. I love that song.
9 weeks with this guy, man. And and it seemed like he done did a decade's worth of damage.
I don't know what's happening.
And the thing is, if this is 2 months, imagine what we'll be like at a year at 2.
Oh, God.
And of course, I'm sure you saw the news from yesterday. He issued an executive order changing how people can register to vote in federal elections. It's entirely illegal, but he's already busy on the voter suppression stuff because he knows he's probably going to lose the House.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I heard something that because I think we won a seat somewhere yesterday. They turned over a seat that he had
lower thirds.
But the guy that was under him, I forgot what state it was. But that was a good, and I think we got a couple more.
Yeah,
that's the question I got to ask you.
That was a state senate. That was a state senate seat in actually Pennsylvania, in Lancaster County, no less.
Okay, yeah. But it was a sister.
One day we'll get in.
But that might have been that was a state legislature. But she still turned the seat. I forgot what. But the question I got before I hang up, I had a question. Isn't there a couple more special elections coming up? I think in April, right? And if we win those, do we take over the House then? What's the scenario there?
I know there are a couple of specials. I'm not entirely sure. And of course, we lost a seat last week.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
where was that at?
Because Representative Raul Grijalva of Arizona passed away at 77. So that was a hit we couldn't afford to take.
So that seat's open then, right?
I don't know the law of the state of Arizona. I don't know if the governor can appoint an interim or if they have to have a special election or exactly.
Every
state is different.
Okay. Yeah, because I would heard something out there. And I,
Okay, just hanging out on the
if we won 3
on my
special
show.
elections, we would be the majority. So that would be nice. Cause that would slow this clown down just a tad.
Oh God, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, especially with well, really it wouldn't be so much pressure on him because he's gonna be in. But if we got that house, we could start a committee and immediately have Elon Musk and these young boys.
Yeah, and well, I'm not entirely certain, but I think the first thing that would happen, Clarence, is somebody on our side would file a motion to vacate the speaker because he didn't have the majority anymore.
One day at a time.
Oh, Jeremy tells me.
That, huh? Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy tells me we lost 2 seats in the last month. Another Texan. Yeah, there was a Texan. There was a Texan representative who passed away as well. I saw that.
Okay, this is great.
Yeah.
Hello.
But fingers crossed.
Should I call back?
Yeah, that's like I said. I heard a few weeks, but wow, it's amazing how that works. But here's one more thing. This is so funny since you mentioned Texas, man. I don't know what's going on with
All right, I'm gonna call back. Let me know when to call.
Oh.
But I'm hearing this story about about the Hot Wheels or some shit about
she referred to Greg Asbot as Hot Wheels, and of course there was an immediate.
Yeah, why
All right, I gotta get out of here.
Well,
I can't
on.
take it.
She did. She didn't come up with that by herself.
Okay, that's fucking annoyed me. I'm sorry. You know me. I gotta share. What the fuck? You know? I mean, I should have found out if she was in the middle of a call, but you don't, like, fucking keep the guy on the call. We don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You don't just keep going and going and going with this fucking call. Am I wrong? Okay. I'm just writing her back. Let me know when to call back in. What the fuck? Am I wrong? Are you guys in the chat? All right, that just really irritated me, but whatever. I have a low tolerance for. I have anger issues, but it's not like, we're doing a show too, so I want to call in and not just sit here with you guys. Well, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and we can't even get a word in edgewise. So, exactly. And then it fucks my show, because anybody who tunes in the beginning, they're going to be like, what is this shit? I'm just sitting there, like, waiting for Clarence to be done. God. All right. Oh, I better calm down. Oh, and now the cats are fucking fighting. Great. All right. Yeah, thank you, Jim, for validating. All right, I'm calling in now. Again. Here we go. Let's try this again. Fucking kidding me.
Good evening.
See ya.
You
Bye.
Yep.
Our buddy
All
Claire.
right, stop it, you two.
I think you said I-4 in Florida. Goodness me. And seriously, stay safe, Clarence. And I mentioned that we'd be checking in with Tara Devlin of Tarabuster, and I'm on the line now. Hey, Tara.
What's going on? How you doing? I'm a little bit irritated.
I hope I didn't irritate.
No, well, I should have coordinated with you, because I call in. You're in the middle of a call. It's kind of hard to,
But that happens sometimes.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll calm down. It's okay.
I can't predict when the calls come in.
No, I tell you. That's why I'll just say, like, should I call in now or should I wait? That's what I should have done. That's all.
We're good. We're good. It's awfully nice to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, we texted. I'm very proud of you. I'm happy for you. You're amazing. And yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. Say something again. Let's make sure you got your audio.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're good. We're good.
Anywhere?
Yeah. No, we're good. And how do you feel? If tell people who don't know what what is
Well,
going
I
on?
just to the Tarabuster community. I just got back to West Virginia after 2 weeks down in North Carolina. I went down there and had my final surgery. It's called facial feminization. It was quite involved and rather painful at first. It was. Let's just say the pain was memorable.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and I still am, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. I've just got like a little nagging headache and a little bit of soreness at a couple places on my forehead. And the mouthful of stitches is slowly resolving, and I'm back to eating solid food occasionally.
Oh wow. So are you able to? Oh, I mean, you have no stitches in your mouth. Are you able to?
I got one left. I was just.
Oh, jeez.
I got one or two left.
Oh wow. Wait, I have to shut off this music. Yeah. Wow. That's. I thought they were all supposed to dissolve.
Well, they are, and they're supposed to dissolve in like a week. But my surgeon was straight up with me, and she said they never dissolve within a week.
Oh really? So you were expecting it?
She was so awesome. They rolled me into the OR. I was wide awake, and we sat there and we had a little chat, and we talked about what kind of music they were going to listen to in the OR.
Oh,
So I said,
what was it?
I'm an old DJ, and she said, I'm a '90s girl, but I let my students and my residents choose the music, and they generally go for metal.
Oh wow, metal. Do you know what they listen to when you were on the table there?
I asked her, she's like, honestly, I couldn't tell you what it was, but
wow,
we've had
that would drive me nuts.
Some speculation here in the community, and the leading contender is apparently Slipknot.
Slipknot. I'm not a music. I used to know a lot more about music, so, but not anymore. I couldn't even tell you the first thing about a Slipknot.
Yeah, nor I. I'm
What's
I've
a
got
Slipknot?
DJ brain. But again, it's old DJ brain.
Wait, I just lost my fucking audio.
No.
Oh, here you go. Oh, I thought it was just that you weren't saying anything.
Yeah, it was one of those pregnant pauses. So no, I am getting better. The bruising is almost all gone. I think I sent you a picture of some of the stuff.
I only got an original picture. What, did you send me a new picture? I'm not going to show it to the audience, of course.
Yeah,
That's
No,
your prerogative.
I thought I sent you one with the bruising on it.
You sent me one. You're in a mask. You're wearing a mask and a thing on your head.
Oh, yeah. Well, the bruising is almost gone now, and it'll take a few more weeks for the swelling to completely settle down, and then the nerves have to rewire so that I can feel my upper lip and my lower lip and my chin and my
geez
and stuff. Yeah,
it's numb.
Yeah, it's numb.
Oh shit.
That comes with the territory.
But that's what they said. That's normal. All that numbness is normal.
Oh yeah. And I had 40 staples in my head.
Holy shit. In your head, because they peeled your face off, right?
Right. Yeah.
I saw that on TV once. I was watching late at night. This was when I was in the grips of my active addiction. This was many, many years ago. And they used to show surgery in the middle of the night. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if it was a show. This is well before we had millions of channels. And I was watching surgery. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at until they pulled this person's face off. And I was like, oh my God, that's a skull and eyes. But I saw that.
You know what the best part is, Tara?
What?
Back last year, I had to go down there for a really, really super detailed CT scan of my head.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
they 3D printed my skull.
Wow. So they could come up with the plan there, right?
Right. They figured out, where they were going.
That's amazing.
Like Dremel down the bone and stuff. And I'm sure I'm giving Darlene in Connecticut the full body cringes right now. And she said, no, easy on the details, but
okay.
No, so they planned the surgery. And now I have a 3D printed copy of my noggin.
Oh, wow. Do you have a before and after, though?
Yes, there's two of them.
Get out. No way. Can we see that? When can I see that? I want to see that.
I'll send you a picture when I get it unpacked at home.
Okay.
Because the minute they handed it to me, the first thing I did was hold it up and look at it and say, alas, poor Eurica, I knew her well. A dame of infinite jest.
Nice.
I mean, if you've ever participated in theater and somebody hands you a skull,
I was
you're
behind the
morally
scenes, yeah.
obligated to repeat that line from Hamlet.
Right. And the fact that you know it is pretty impressive. So I only know the alas part. I don't know the whole thing. So alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. That's all I know. And it's probably from Bugs Bunny, frankly.
Alas, but of course I had to gender her female. So alas, poor Yorica. I knew her, Horatio.
Right. That's what it said.
Of infinite jest.
Yes.
Many's
Wow.
the time she hath carried me upon her shoulders.
Look at you. You were in the Shakespeare plays too, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm a deeply frustrated old theater bum.
That's great. You should do it again. I mean, well, you should. Look at me telling you what to do. I'm
No,
always
I'd love
telling
to.
you what to do. You should do that. You should do this.
I'd love to, except that I've the timing of the program
Right,
prevents
so
me
much
from going to
time.
rehearsal.
Right. That's so true.
Because there's not a lot of plays that get rehearsed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, right. Totally, right. Totally. I totally forgot that. Yeah.
But things are coming along very nicely, and I can't wait until I'm fully healed. And I'm anxious to do the big reveal, because the changes aren't like, I don't look like someone else, but the changes are very much real.
Oh, wow. Well,
So
you look like you.
My big old lantern jaw is gone.
What did you have a choice of jaws? Or,
No,
could you say, give me, Elizabeth
No,
Hurley's jaw?
If I could have, I would have gone in and said, "Make me look like Princess Grace," or make me look like
Tara Devlin. No, I'm only kidding.
yeah, right, exactly.
I'm only kidding. Oh,
Or Ingrid Bergman,
lovely. But I guess they just do it, whatever's natural for you.
Well, what they did was demasculinize my jaw, and they got rid of my Kirk Douglas dimple in my chin is gone now.
Oh. Well, everybody has dimples.
No. This is the one in the middle of your chin.
Oh, okay.
Those are fairly rare.
Are they?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
Kirk Douglas dimple.
Oh, I see.
And so she trimmed down my chin, and it's going to come down to a neat little feminine point, and I'm terribly excited.
Lovely. Nice oval-shaped face, I guess, right, or whatever?
And my big old Klingon forehead is gone.
Wow.
and
How'd they do that?
Well, they peel your face off, and then they, in my case, they carved out part of they cut out part of my skull, and they
just like
down and bolted it back in.
They don't put any plates or anything, because what if they go...
But they use screws.
Screws? Where?
To screw my skull back on.
Oh, shit. So they open your skull, like crack it open?
Yeah, and they actually downsized my sinus in my forehead.
Oh my God. Amazing.
And they put a couple of implants in my cheeks.
Well, it just makes me think about humanity, because that's in the world. It's like, it reminds me of, like, I was just watching a video of men running on the beach trying to save seals that had some, plastic webbing around them. And, of course, the seals were running for their lives. They didn't know that they were there to help. But I thought, what an odd species we are. We do these things. We're such a dichotomy of good and evil.
Yep. Right.
And
we are capable of such monumental horrors.
Yeah.
And at the same time capable
of
such.
Yeah. Of compassion and kindness.
Of compassion and empathy and kindness.
And this, for someone, and this is how, just talking about for people who are born trans, and, we all need a little medical assistance sometimes. That's why everything that the Republicans are doing they're really shoveling shit against the tide. They are going to lose. They will lose. They've already lost, really. Except this is like the last gasp of the monster, I believe, and at least for our lifetimes. But because one day it's just going to be looked at as, they're going to, as we look back in horror on other horrors against targeted minority groups, that But, the fact that there are people who study to help people, help people live their authentic lives. And it just makes you think, that's in the world, too.
That's why I went to the surgeon I went to, because she specializes in feminization surgeries.
Right. And that says a lot about who she is,
Oh, oh, I just adore her. And once everything's healed up, I'm gonna be a walking, talking advertisement for her. Of course, the other side of that, and this is actually news. This isn't me talking about me. Part of the reason, and we talked about this back in November when I missed my first appointment. Part of my urgency in getting this done was I knew that if with Trump coming into office,
right,
that they would go after care for women of transgender experience like me.
Right.
And so lo and behold, I've no sooner gotten my surgery done than I see that they have opened for public comment, and people can look for it and find it and comment, and please do, because this godforsaken fascist administration wants to eliminate care for transgender people from the Affordable Care Act.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Unfucking believable. And not unbelievable.
And that's the only reason I could get it done.
Wow. Who the fuck are these I'm sorry. I shouldn't curse like this because it's not good for the YouTube algorithm. Not that.
Yeah, you've got an algorithm to worry about.
Yeah, but I mean, the evil, such effing evil, and they will not end up well in history's light. It's another example. I always wonder, don't Republicans ever tire of being on the wrong side of everything, of history, of decency, of dignity, of democracy, of humanity? Don't you effing tire of it already? Leave people alone. Leave people alone.
Dear, they don't tire of it because they have a missionary zeal to do it. They think they're doing it because it makes their Jesus happy. Just as another example, down in there's a little town on the eastern side of Mobile Bay in Alabama called Fairhope, and it's a wonderful place. It began life as literally an artist's colony.
They fucked it up.
It's funky and fun and quirky, and I'm sure if you walk around Fairhope long enough, you'll get a real snoot full of patchouli, that kind of place. And so the state of the Moms for Liberty.
Oh God, mobs for liberty. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, Mobs for Liberty. They've gone to war with the public library there, which is one of the best, most inclusive libraries in the entire state. And the state of Alabama has cut off funding to this library because the library refuses to take off of its shelves books that have to do with LGBTQ issues.
Oh my God.
The children might find them. They might catch the queer.
Well, that's how, because these are very sick and demented people. They're repressed. They're
goddamn fascists.
Yeah, well, they're fascists, yes. And they're, for them, that's what they think of, sex. They think of your pee-pee immediately. They're so obsessed with everyone's pee-pees.
And again, when I was talking to Clarence before you came on, I mentioned to him that a bill has cleared the legislature in this state, and I'm not kidding, that will allow school administrators to order the inspection of students.
Oh, God. No. We're there.
Without the consent of the parents.
Fuck you. That is, that's got to be illegal.
It's illegal. It's unconstitutional as fuck all.
Right?
But that doesn't slow these fuckers down.
Yeah, that won't stop them. And that's why, once again, I have to point out what I've been saying for years, that Republicans are the domestic enemies the founders warned us about, that they hate democracy, they hate everything that America is supposed to stand for, the e pluribus unum, the general welfare, nation of immigrants, everything about America they hate. And that's why they're dragging it back to where they're comfortable, in a cesspool of hate and division and greed and selfishness. And of course, while they steal everything, and this is what they're throwing to the maggot dupes as, in lieu of a functioning society, a functioning government that delivers the mail, that delivers health care, that delivers your Social Security check. That's what they get in lieu of a functioning democracy that works for everyone.
And
they get the hate.
They get off on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let them eat hate. That's the Republican mantra, and I wish the Democrats would run with that. I don't know. They don't listen to my show clearly, or your show, because I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of them. That's how they have to frame it. Even them calling the Doge. They even using that word, Doge, or calling it the Department of Government Efficiency, it validates it. And I started
Call it doggy.
Yeah, call
because
it.
It began with a meme of a dog.
Right, and I started calling it.
And a meme coin of a dog.
Yeah, I mean that's why Elon Musk is.
DOGE is literally doggy.
Yeah, he's not very smart. That's what it is. I mean, that's why everything's an X to him. He jumps when he jumps in the air, he's trying to make an X. I'm sure you understand that, but
yes,
he's a piece of dirt. I mean, that goes to show what an underwhelming mind he has. He's a boring person. He's a tedious, boring person. But I started calling it the Department of Gazillionaire Embezzlement. Why call it that?
Beautiful.
Call it that. Call it that. Don't call it Doge. And that's I was like, the knot in my stomach was getting more pronounced when I was listening to Chuck Schumer talk about Doge, because he kept saying it. This Doge is going to do this. Doge is going to do that. Stop calling it Doge, for fuck's sake. You're not even you're not even calling it fake Department of Government Efficiency. You're giving it validity by calling it by its name. I mean, don't they learn anything from the Republicans? You know what I mean? They never call. What do they call? I mean, even Obamacare. That was there.
Call it the Department of Baloney.
Yeah, just call it the Department of Greed, the Department of Billionaire Greed. Or Gazillionaire Embezzlement, because that's what it is. If you want to stick to the acronym, but. That's
the Department of Graft and Embezzlement.
Yes,
there we go.
Graft and Embezzlement. That's it. That's a good one. I like that one too. And
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, don't they have to be watching these filthy Republicans? And the other thing I was thinking too, what really pisses me off in general, that's why Chuck Schumer has to go as the leader, in my opinion, because he's got no balls or spine. And he's not, chanting "We will win," while bending over backwards to. I mean, and they were laughing at Chuck, right? That's what really annoys me. What's his name? James Comer was laughing at him because some reporter asked, "Are you worried about Chuck Schumer or not going along with the CR?" And he said, "Don't worry, he'll cave." And they laughed, and of course. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. But for how long have the Democrats been going on about, like Nancy Pelosi, Republicans take back your party? They need to take back their party. It's been taken over by a cult.
We need a viable Republican Party.
That's done so much good for America. She always finishes like that, which every time I hear her say that, I call her office and say, what effing good? Can you give me, if it's so much good, there must be one example. But even and I started looking at it in another way, too, because even that, asking the Republicans to take back their party, isn't it the weakest ass request a political party could ever ask from an opposition party? Republicans.
I mean, where was that in 1860? We need a viable Whig party.
Yeah, but I mean, it's talk about the passive Democratic Party, right? You're passively. What you're saying is that Republicans, you got to do this because we ain't going to do anything. We're going to sit here and watch you roll over the American people. Because, it's just take it back, please. There's nothing weaker than that, than expecting them, the cult, the ones who gave us this tax cheating, draft dodging, convicted felon con man, that party, that political party that is in an active assault on the American experiment, that they're going to suddenly wake up. I mean, what do you mean? Have you been paying attention, Nancy? Take back your party. Because why? Because you ain't going to do fuck all? Is that it? Because you're not fit to stand up to these people? Is that it? Because wouldn't it be so much easier for the Democrats if the Republicans just did all the work for them, right? And all of a sudden, they can go back to being this great, political party that has done nothing for this country, that has always stood in the way of everything that the American people have come to rely on in order to have the American dream or a decent life or any kind of humanity, some dignity. No, I was just reading, or not reading, I was listening to a podcast about the Batavia. Have you heard of the 16-something ship that was from the Dutch East India Company that was going to try to get some spices from wherever the hell, from actually a place called Batavia, the same name as the ship. And it ended up crashing, and the people, there was like 300 something civilians and soldiers and ship people on the boat, on the ship, and it turned into like a Lord of the Flies, where it's a really interesting story, and it ends up well if you've ever wanted to look it up. And it's really, if you haven't, I'm surprised you haven't heard of it, because you know everything, and I'm not saying that to be a bitch, but no, it's true. You should
I'll learn something new this evening after the program.
It's just look it up. It's called the Batavia, and it's but the point of it, when I was listening to this podcast all about this, Lord of the Flies, because they're actually, what happened was I stumbled upon something on YouTube, because they're digging up the bodies of those who were massacred by, these good Dutch gentlemen, of course, who some of them, one guy was like a psychopath, and he started to recruit other psychopaths to just do murder, and then another group was led by this good guy who had all the odds against him and his crew, but they ended up, fighting and trying, whatever. But I won't give away the ending. But the point was, I was learning more about the Dutch East India Company and how they were basically waging war on the indigenous people wherever they went to get these spices, and for this it was nutmeg. I mean, they were committing genocide for nutmeg, and
sure. Also a name for John McCain's daughter.
Oh,
our little nutmeg.
Oh, okay. Oh, her. She's another one. Take back your party. No. Talk about take back. She's a monstrosity.
I didn't mean to divert you, Tara.
Yes, but anyway, in the podcast they were going on about how they ended up. The Dutch East India Company meted out, or whatever the word is. They divvied up a lot of justice and all of the different things, all of the different forms of punishment that you would get for committing offenses. It's like right out of, Bizarro land. Like if you had a knife fight with somebody on a boat, like if you were, a shipman, not an officer, they had all different rules. But if you were just a regular, working stiff, and you got into a fight with somebody, then you would have a certain type of punishment. I think it was just being wrapped to the mast for a certain amount of time and all blah, blah, blah. But if you chose to use a knife in this fight, they would stab your hand with the knife or a knife. They would tie you to the mast, stab your hand to the mast with the knife, and you could not leave that position until you removed your hand from the knife without taking the knife out of the mast. Okay? So you had to, however, I guess, make the wound even bigger and get your hand off it through, and all such of other kinds of punishment. And that one stuck in my mind. But I was just thinking, but that is the world of corporate ruling, leadership, corporate governance. That's where we're going back to, and all of the, the hierarchies where. Another thing was all the shipmates, they had to go, they lived in the bottom of the ship, of course, and there was hundreds of them or whatever, and they only had like 2 toilets that they could use. Not even toilets. I mean, it was just like some hole, of course. But they could only use it twice a day. They had to come up from where they were allowed to come out of the hole and use the toilet, and it could only be twice a day, but everybody at the same time, you know what I mean? It was like a certain amount of time. It was just like all the abuse that was put against those who were, not rich. That's it. And this is where they're taking, and that's all I kept thinking about when I was listening to this story about the Batavia, because that's where they're going. I mean, we overcame these. This is no union. There were no unions at this time. There were no, there's no one looking out for the general welfare. The government certainly wasn't interfering with what the Dutch East India Company was up to. That's where they're going.
Well, as a fair government, right?
Right. And it just leave the Dutch, and they would go out in fleets. That's another thing that the Dutch East India Company did, where other companies, or they would go out as one boat or one ship at a time. They would go out in fleets because they would wage war. They would literally waging war on populations, just having their own little wars wherever the hell they wanted them. And, that's what the Republicans are. And this is the thing. If you don't think we could go back there, you really have a failure of imagination, because history is not linear in any sense of the word. It's it's not linear. We can go back. It's not a straight line, and we're always making progress, as we see right now with this assault on the democracy that not a single Trump. Anyone who shares Trump's DNA ever fought, bled, and died to create or entrust to us, or I mean, I'm just trying to find this Canadian. I got this tweet. Do I have it here somewhere?
Just read some history of the Batavia. That's truly horrifying.
It's amazing. You got to read the whole thing. It's incredible. It's such a story. I don't know why they haven't made a series out of it. That's what I was listening to it. I was like, wow, this would be a great. You couldn't do it in a movie. It had to be. You have to do it with, like HBO has to do it. Put a lot of money into it.
Yeah, right.
Like 10, 12 episodes.
That reminds me of the shipwreck that occasioned the real life shipwreck that occasioned Herman Melville to eventually write Moby Dick.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, a whale really did take a ship down.
Oh, good for the whale. Win one for the good guys.
Yeah, exactly. But, they had a harrowing tale of trying to survive at sea. And then, of course, there's the Bounty.
Mm-hmm.
And mutiny on the Bounty. Mm-hmm. And the descendants of Christians still live on Pitcairn Island to this day.
Oh, amazing, right?
Yeah. But Captain Bligh, who was actually an expert seaman, navigated a lifeboat in the middle of the Pacific all the way to, again, I think it was a Dutch East India colony, where, he was eventually transported back to England, court-martialed, and acquitted of any crime, and in fact commended for his seamanship.
Wow. Well, different rules, of course.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the monster he was made out to be. He was trying to do his damn job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know much about that whole story.
Well, Fletcher Christian and his men, they got to Tahiti, realized they were in paradise, and didn't want to leave. And then they went back after the mutiny because they had met women there. And the Tahitians were like, you're not staying here. Oh, no. We're not going to have the English mad at us. Y'all got to go. And so they wound up at Pitcairn Island, which is really, really remote and rocky, and it's a fascinating story. It sounds
something I would like to learn more about myself.
In fact, when we went on the Lib Boat cruise all those years ago, when we went ashore in Puerto Rico, one of the things that Ferg and I did, we toured a replica of the Bounty.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, it had been used in the Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins remake of the Bounty. And it was fascinating because just to see, the life aboard ship was not great.
Right.
And I said, son, look at your surroundings. This is how your ancestors got to America.
Right.
And in fact, the ship that brought my Goad ancestors, G-O-A-D, to the colonies had formerly been a slave ship.
Oh, wow.
That was converted to transporting Christian malcontents because there was more money in it.
Wow. Right.
Those Puritans and those Quakers and whatnot were always looking for the good dollar.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, but the name of that ship was the Elizabeth Ann, and I just looked at her and said, can you imagine being on this for 6 weeks?
Right. Well, hey.
But
hold on to your hats, everyone.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
And try to puke overboard if you can.
Amazing. But just think about everything they're doing. And there's one thing that the only hope I have half the time is that this exposes them, right? And they're not going to be, I really believe, maybe I'm being delusional, but they will not get away with this. It will not stand.
I was saying to Clarence before you came on, they've only been in office 2 months.
Right,
it feels
2
damn year.
months. 2 months. How are we going to survive 2 years? That's what, I know the Democrats want to wait for a majority. Even Chuck Schumer said it. Well, then we have a majority in the midterms and we'll finally put a check on this. Well, in the meantime, Chuck, let me ask you a question about this, actually, because I've been asking people about this. Because with Chuck Schumer, he's like, it would have been horrible. It would have been 20,000 times worse if they shut down the government. This was
I don't know what's going to happen when a 6-pack of Budweiser costs $1,400.
Yeah.
Atonal music.
But so of course, I have the privilege of not being currently on Social Security or having a government job that would be affected by a shutdown, right? So it's easy for me to say. But the way I looked at it, because he was like, they would never, because he said that a Republican said to him, don't throw me in the briar patch, right? But that we really want to shut down because that's when we're going to do the worst. We're going to destroy the whole federal government, and then when it'll be up to Trump to open it, and then Chuck Schumer was going on about how, and then people won't get their Social Security, and there'll be furloughs, and they'll do this and that and the other thing. Well, let them fucking try. I don't know if they, and so that's why I'm like, how else will maggots wake up? For the years that we've been enduring Republicans without Democratic pushback, of course, and a lot of Democratic complicity by when they attack government, right? Even Bill Clinton, the age of big government is over, or whatever. The era of big government.
The age of big government is finally over.
Right. They all were adherents to this trickle down shit. He gave us this consolidated media and so much more, of course, NAFTA and all that. But I just think that because of this, how else will you wake people up about, no, government is not the problem, you dumb fucks. I'm talking to the maggots. And in fact, that's why whenever the government gets attacked or whatever, these Republicans are looking for carve-outs for their own states, right? They're going after government. Government sucks. Government, kick it, throw it down a flight of stairs, murder it. And then people are, what do you mean? Me? My? Right? How else do you wake these fuckers up? But, like, give them what they want. I don't know, because I think by what.
Okay, I mean, there's a good example. I told you earlier about the looking up the skirts of little girls in elementary school bill here in West Virginia. I don't know a hillbilly in this state, right. And I use the term, we reclaim hillbilly.
Yeah,
okay?
I hear you. It's fine. I don't care.
I don't know a hillbilly parent in the state who, if their child came home and said, Mommy, right. Daddy, principal looked down my panties.
Yeah. What do you think would happen?
They go and beat the living bejesus
right.
out of that school official.
Wouldn't they? I always remember
and
this
is absolutely justified in doing it.
Exactly. When I was a kid, actually, I lived across the street from my junior high, and this is nothing to do with. Well, it only has to do with that story. There was a teacher that molested one of the girls in my class. And the one, I was already home from school, and there were all these police cars came up and everything, and they took this teacher out because they took the father, because the father came to the school and beat the fuck out of this teacher, and who could blame him? But he got arrested. So, but I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where you say, "Cool."
Yeah.
Speedy
of course.
trial, please.
Right.
I want to look the jury in the
eye
and say,
do?
You would too.
When your 7th grade, 6th grade daughter comes home, how old are you then? Like 10, 11?
Right? 12, 13.
12, 13? Okay. Still, whatever. It's young. It's all young. And when your daughter comes home and says, Mr. Whatever touched me, and they held her, that's what he did. He asked her to stay after class, and I guess whatever he did. And, it happens every fucking day, not just with teachers, with men in general. I hate to say it, because I watch all those Predator YouTube videos, when they pose as underage girls, and then they meet. And I'm always shocked, because there's so many of these people doing these videos. Like, not just Chris Hansen, it's so many. And there's never a loss of content. It's like amazing every single day. And what is wrong with men? I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, we don't have, those, that male brain. That's what it is. I guess it's the testosterone. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. That's a whole other story. But what were we talking about? Republicans suck, but see, that's the thing. Like, one of the things I've noticed on the leopards eating my face Reddit page, which is one of my hobbies now, is that when even the maggots who are like, I just lost my job, and we played a video on Tarabuster a week ago or so of this woman. They did a news story about her. She lost her job, but as they were interviewing her, they were like, she had to say, well, I still believe that, big government is bad, and that there's waste, fraud, and abuse, and we got to do something about it. But it's not me, and I'm not waste, fraud, and abuse. You know what I mean? So, but they still cannot completely sever their thinking from the cult 100%. A lot of them are asking, like, how do I, get through this? I'm a patriot, and I lost my job, but blah, blah, blah.
I wanted to get rid of the queers.
Right. Not me. Right? Here's I'm just looking at the leopard's face. Let's see. Page. Leopards eating the face page. And, oh, yeah. So many. There's just so many. Let me see. Trump voters likely to lose their farms. And let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, everything is such an offense to everything that is decent, like stopping the delivery of food to food banks.
Meals on Wheels.
Yeah. I thought you loved Jesus. Perjury, traitor, where's your Jesus in any of this? And that's why I always say I wish, they all claim to be patriots, as Henry Wallace warned us, right? They claim to be super patriots, but are what are they? Are the spokesmen for monopoly and vested in their own personal vested interest? I'm just paraphrasing, but yeah, they hide behind the flag while they piss on the flag. They destroy whatever the flag meant in our progressive blueprint for America. And that's the other thing about the Democrats too. I wish they would listen, because there's nothing more progressive than overthrowing a king and an aristocracy that ruled Western civilization for thousands of years. That's not a conservative action. So, I don't know why the Democrats have always been afraid to own who they are. They're always trying to appeal to these people that have no interest in e pluribus unum, that's for sure. They have no interest in, they're just fucking selfish. For fuck's sake. That's what's written all over their response to everything that's happening. Oh, I didn't know this would happen to me. Others. I wonder if the woman who lost her job and was like, I still believe, government should be small and all this other shit. What the fuck does that mean? Small. As small as they are. That's what I've been redefining it. Yeah, they want it small.
Look, this is something I've been saying that going all the way back to the origins of this program. I have no patience with so-called small government republics. How small do you want it?
They want small democracy. That's what they're talking about. They like government fine.
But this is a country of some 350 millions of human beings.
Yeah.
How small do you want the government to be? Because as it is, the government's pretty small.
Yeah, as small as it would allow corporations to tie you to a mast and stab your hand with a knife, Right. For real. For real. As small as we don't even have to go back to the 1600s. Even 100 fucking years ago was a shit show for working people, right? Or
America, years ago now, and I wouldn't begin to know how to find it. There was a deep dive article in the Washington Post, I think it was, about and I think it was back during the Reign of Error, back when George W. Bush was saying, I got me some political capital,
right?
And I'm going to spend it. We're going to piratize Social Security. And so the Washington Post ran this deep dive into America before Social Security. Basically, they're talking about what it meant to be old
Yep.
in 1920.
What was there, like 30,000 homeless people living on the Bowery in New York?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were doomed. You were
Uh-huh.
fucking doomed. You were probably going to starve to death.
Right.
And in a place like West Virginia, where my ancestors were, I mean, we have pictures of people of family members who are old. And the only way they survived was because of the family structure that existed at the time that cannot exist in the modern age. They were farmers. And so when they were past their working age, they stayed there in the cabin, and, you know, their kid, one of them or more than one, would build their own cabins on the land and take care of mommy and daddy until mommy and daddy finally died some horrible death. The weird thing is that a lot of them tended to live into their 90s.
Right.
Because they hadn't, you know, I don't want to get too Bobby Kennedy on anybody, but you know, they hadn't been eating garbage for their entire life. Which brings me to another point.
Okay.
Since I mentioned whalehead, dead bear, brainworm. You know, you, along with Malloy, have helped me over the years spread the word about what mountaintop removal does to Appalachia, about the poison in the air, the poisoning of the water. We just passed another bill. I'm not trying to focus on West Virginia, but if you want to talk about stupid, our legislature does stupid as past masters, Tara. So, you know, we talked about the looking at children's genitals bill.
Yes. Instead of Social Security, that's what you'll get.
Yeah, right.
Or post office.
I mean, they've introduced so much dumbassery. But one of the things that they recently passed was a ban of food dyes.
Okay.
Green, red, yellow, and they will be banned in schools in 2026 and banned in the entire state in 2028. You know, goodbye Skittles. M&Ms are going to look fucking weird without some color.
Yeah. Wow. Well, they don't know they don't know the consequences. That's what they know.
But these, you know, these are the same people who are fucking anti-vax and so forth.
Of course. Now, all of a sudden, that's become
we're going to protect the people of West. But meanwhile, there's been a water crisis in Mingo County, West Virginia, where when you open your tap, the water that comes out looks like tomato soup.
Oh.
And that's nothing new. In the documentary Gasland, more than a decade ago, Josh Fox, the filmmaker,
right, I remember this. Yeah.
Opened a spigot and held a Bic lighter to it, and the water caught fire.
I remember this. I remember. Yeah. Yep.
So this Friday, and this is so hilarious. Once upon a time, I think it was around 2007. Whalehead, dead bear, brainworm, you know, rotted fucking Kennedy, came down here talking about, we're going to end mountaintop removal because it's killing the people of southern West Virginia. Yeah. And he wanted to make a documentary, and we participated, and we helped him. I was one of the ones who helped him.
Yes.
And we bought into it.
Yeah.
He made the movie. We never heard from him again.
Of course.
And now he's the Secretary of Health and Human Services. So on Friday in Martinsburg, West Virginia, up in the Eastern Panhandle, which might as well be Mars compared to where I am right now, he's holding a press conference with the Trenton Troll, our carpetbagger governor from New Jersey, pill-pushing Patty Morrissey, to talk about MAHA, Make America Healthy.
Oh, fuck you stupid.
Talk about our food dye ban, because I'm not sure what the maggots thought the food dyes were doing. I don't know if they.
That'll take the place of.
I don't know if they thought we were transing our kids or making them gay.
It's what takes the place of a measles vaccine or effective health policy.
Maybe food dyes are giving our children measles. I don't know.
Could be. Could be.
But the thing is, the guy who came, the last time he came here, he was decrying mountaintop removal. Well, now he's in bed with the people who blow up mountains and poison water and fill the air with toxic dust.
Oh, my God.
And if there was some way for me to do it, and I don't think there is, I would bust my ass to be at that press conference and say, you're standing with a man here who is in favor of blowing up every mountain that has an inch of coal, a seam of coal an inch thick under it. Secretary, do you still believe that mountaintop removal is a human health crisis ravaging Central Appalachia, or will we fix that with by banning food dyes?
When is he coming here? Is that it?
He's coming to West Virginia, Martinsburg, West Virginia, on the 28th day of March. That's right.
And you got your healing to do.
Yeah, and well, they probably wouldn't let me anywhere near the place anyway. But you know, the thing is, I know Bobby.
Right. He wouldn't recognize you, though.
Conversations with Bobby.
Right. Do you think he would recognize you if you,
no,
or remember you if you reminded him?
It would. Oh, he'd remember me if I reminded him, because he sat at dinner with me on the lib boat and hit on my wife.
Oh shit, he's a piece of shit, isn't he?
Well, he's pure garbage.
I mean, well, he's very well known
to call him a piece of shit is to insult shit.
Right, it's because shit has a purpose.
Yes.
Right. Well, I mean, he's well known for being a serial, what do you call it? Philanderer or sex pest, I should say.
Noted sex pest, yes.
Yes.
Well, he philandered on one of his wives so much and mentally abused her so thoroughly that eventually she hanged herself.
I remember. Yeah. He's such a great guy, right? I mean, ugh. Well, he's a Democrat, which is bullshit. Of course, he's only a Democrat because that was his family legacy. That's same way as they always say. Well, as you know, what's his face? Joe Scarborough likes to say he was a New York Democrat. Trump. He was a Democrat. He gave to Democrats because New York is a Democratic town. So. Doesn't make him a fucking Democrat. Take your shit show and own it, Republicans. But anyway, I'm not to get off the track of what we're saying.
No, not at all. But I mean, that's just the sort of through the looking glass down the rabbit hole world we live in.
Right.
And I really wish somebody would call him on his shit when he's here.
But there's no standards anymore. Nothing matters anymore. There's no accountability.
We haven't even touched on all the signal bullshit.
Yes.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what a gang of incompetence.
Right. What an embarrassment. And their response to it too is an embarrassment. And to just read these texts of the way that fucking little twit J.D. Vance, this billionaire's bitch, a Nazi billionaire's bitch, okay? I mean, that's who J.D. Vance is, and it's another example of how the corporate media has failed America. How they don't ever report that J.D. Vance was completely funded by Peter Thiel, who is a fucking Nazi and hates democracy. Okay, and why would somebody who is a Nazi who hates democracy fund a political candidate unless they agree with their principles? You know how much we were abused with Obama palling around with terrorists because he attended a meeting with who was it? Somebody from who was in some group at one time during the 60s. Remember? Yeah. I mean, there's different rules for Democrats. It's like the Republicans could just be disgusting.
You're talking about Ayers.
Yes, right, Bill Ayers. How palling around with terrorists. So how much we have to constantly be assaulted with how much the Republicans just waste our time all the time with their bullshit. And the corporate media just goes along with it. Palling around with terrorists, palling around, Bill Ayers, what's he going to do? Do you have a response? Bill Ayers, right? I mean, But they don't fucking say boo about Peter Thiel literally funding J.D. Vance's entire life from the time he was a bad writer and making him...
What do you think about this report that on that Signal chat, Shady JD was saying, I don't think this is a good idea, man.
Well...
And got shouted down by none other than Stephen Miller.
Yeah,
Turns out
of
it's
course.
referred to in the White House as the PM, the Prime Minister.
Are you kidding me? Oh, no.
No, ma'am, I am not.
And he has clearance. They all have security clearance, I guess, because Trump says booga, 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 you have security clearance. But the other thing is...
Domini.
Right, because they don't pass security clearance. You know, they don't go through the whole process, as I had to do at one time, which is a fucking process. So, but they, one of the things that J.D. Vance was talking about, what really annoyed the fuck out of me, of course, is his, this little twit going on about how sick he is of Europe freeloading on America. This whole thought virus that is now, I guess, taking over the Republican Party because of their convicted felon standard bearer, that, oh, Europe's the problem. And the problem is that, they don't pay. Everything's a transaction. Everything's money. Meanwhile, I mean, what about all of the, British soldiers that gave their lives in our fucking war of choice in Iraq, based on lies?
Yeah.
Now, you're free. There's freeloaders. They didn't. What you needed? What did you need? $20, JD. You know what I mean? It's like they have no
dollar.
Like all of they're so small. They're just small people, and not everything is about money. But they don't seem to understand that how we need allies in this world, and what they've done to ally us with Putin. I mean, if it's like a joke. It's a fucking joke, and we're not. This is not a true ally. Shit, hell, Trump is a fucking Russian asset, and we're doing all of Russia's biddings, while they've turned us into useless idiots with this disgraceful Signal chat. And the thing that I'm not hearing, I have to say, is not only what these monsters say to each other about Europe and everything else, and how Pete Hegseth, he's not tweeting war or whatever, he's not posting war plans, which is bullshit, of course, but he's doing it because he's a big man, right? He's doing it. He wants to seem like he's a really big man. Look at me, everybody, right? That's what it's about. It's all about their smallness, and the fact that they are doing this on Signal, and they just got caught. This is how they conduct business, the business of the American people, supposedly, right? It's not, of course, that's not what's they're not doing. They're fucking us all over. But this is the time they got caught, and they're doing everything offline, off official channels, because they want to have no trace of all of the crimes that they're committing against the American people, as usual. Because this is a violation of law, of course. They set these conversations to self-destruct, apparently, but they're not being archived as they should. So
no, the whole use of Signal is for the purpose of evading the Presidential Records Act.
Exactly.
Because as one individual pointed out, eventually this is all going to converge into one big singularity. It was the Presidential Records Act that got his ass busted by the grand jury.
Right.
For stealing national security information and storing it in the toilet at Maga-Loco.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Oh, well, that's a hoax. That's the other thing. I'm sure you've seen Pete Hegseth fucking response. He's like,
let me make life easy for you.
You have it?
Yeah, just call him Pete Keg Breath.
Keg Breath. I can't say that name for some reason. It just has
Keg
hard
Breath.
Keg Breath. Yeah,
Just
true.
Keg.
Pete
Keg Breath.
Keg Breath. That's better. Yeah.
The DUI hire.
Well, yes, DUI hire. Pete Keg Breath, and he's talking to the reporter. Oh, of course, we knew it was just going to be a bunch of attacks on the Atlantic and the reporter. Oh, he's a highly this is a guy that spread the hoax, the Russia hoax, and he was like going in the person's face. The Russia hoax, he said, the losers and suckers hoax, and there was another hoax, he said, that was there. But they were all, there's no hoax. This is the other thing that fucking pisses me off.
They say that because when they say these things in public, Tara, they're speaking to an audience of one.
Right. But of course the crack reporters never stop and say that the Russia hoax is not a hoax. The losers and suckers is not a hoax. What was the other thing he said? That's why I'm trying to look up. I thought I had the clip. Do you have it by any chance of the clip?
I don't.
But it's such an embarrassment. Don't they get tired of themselves? You know, with this fucking babyish.
No, because they're divorced from reality, and they think they're clever.
Is it?
No, at this point in time, they're all comic book villains.
Right.
Okay.
There's like
comic book villains never think that they do anything dumb.
That's true. Well, just like Elon Musk, he thinks he's Tony Stark when he's fucking Dr. Evil. You know, he's not. Like there, I saw some tweet. What?
We were Victoria and I were watching Marvel movies, and lo and behold, I saw that scene where Tony Stark is talking to Elon, and he says, I've got some great ideas for an electric jet.
Are you kidding me? Elon's in that movie? I mean, the fucking unelected South African.
Yeah, one of the Iron Man movies.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't watch that shit. It kind of bores me, to tell you the truth. The Marvel shit. It's so boring to me. I don't know. Not that I'm not criticizing you for watching it. Lots of people love it.
I get it. It's pure escapism. It's like watching. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and well, you're entitled to enjoy it. It just, to me, bring a book.
I am so entitled.
You're entitled to enjoy whatever I mean, a lot of people love it. I don't understand it. Why people? To me, it's just boring, and it's like same shit. And then things blowing up. I mean, it looks good. But
no spoilers. When I saw the Hulk beat the shit out of Loki, I laughed out loud.
I mean, I don't know.
Puny God.
I see.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I need to send a thank you out. Thank you. Thank you to Frank for jumping in. We got down to 1030, 1,030 for our fundraising deficit this evening. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so very much. I have to. I've been on the air for a little over 3 hours now.
Oh, you son of a.
And I need to knock off, because, as it turns out, the suture line where they cut me, it turns out that my headband sits right above it.
Oh, wow.
So it gets a little wearisome after.
Okay.
But I'm sorry we were late to the conversation. Perhaps next week we won't be.
That's fine.
Perhaps next week we can do video.
And
maybe the big reveal. Who
knows?
knows?
Wow. All right. I'm happy to hear that you're optimistic about that. That's great.
Fingers crossed, and I can't wait for warm weather and summer. And I'm just so ready to feel the warm sun on my skin.
And the revolution.
Yeah, and revolution. Yes.
Because it's really gonna heat up, and we know that what they're doing. I believe what they're doing. All these assaults on black people, in general too.
We let's talk about the erasure of black veterans.
Right, and that's supposed to they want black, they really want people in the streets, of course, and they're gonna go out there. They're gonna do the provocateur, false flag shit like justice for George Floyd, and breaking windows and shit. They will do that. And
I've said recently that I'm still waiting for our Reichstag fire.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's kind of a waiting for the other shoe to drop sort of thing.
Right.
But today, the West Virginia Senate, again, not just focusing on West Virginia, but it's where I live, so I notice these things. The West Virginia Senate passed a bill declaring that there's no more racism or sexism in West Virginia, so we can get rid of all the DEI.
Wow, you motherfuckers.
I know, and one of the things I first thought of was a West Virginian, a noteworthy West Virginian, an admiral whose last name was Lopez. And his name is on a bridge across the Kanawha River at Shelian, West Virginia. If this bill passes the House as well and gets signed into law by the Trenton Troll, I fully expect that man's name to be taken off the bridge because it was a DEI.
Right.
Yeah,
he's a black person. Well, they took down all the pictures of the.
I mean, that's not a good white Anglo-Saxon Protestant name, now is it?
And everything else, anything that isn't white and male and straight is DEI. So yeah, it has to go. And that's how small they are. You would think that if they were such masters of the universe, they wouldn't need so much help.
But they aren't, Tara. They are fragile, mediocre white men.
Mm-hmm. As we see.
Terrified because they can't compete.
Right. And we see it in everything they do. We knew that they were going to destroy. We knew it. We knew that they're such clowns. Think about, what they have done to our reputation in the world. We're not going to get this back anytime soon. And I know you got to go. But I have this one tweet from a post from a Canadian that really broke my heart, and I took a screen grab of it. This person writes, "Here in Canada, many of us believe we are witnessing the fall of the U.S. empire. Would a civilized country limit health care or food assistance for the poor, leave crops rotting in the field, destroy the educational system, target women, and attempt to eliminate their reproductive rights while refusing to help the resulting babies, abuse desperate immigrants, pretend to believe in Christianity while perverting and debasing its tenets, refuse to protect the earth from destruction? The world is watching." And it's a heartbreak. And we should be I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be an American at this point, but I'm also pissed. And I do know that they're not going to win in the long run. I just hope I'm around to see it. I see them fall. See Elon Musk stripped of his ill-gotten gains and deported to The Hague to answer for his crimes against humanity. I really, really hope I see that. But yeah, anyway. Right.
It would be a beautiful thing.
It has to happen.
And one last little precious moment of stupidity. Caroline Leave-It-Alone, the White House spokescreep, is a dum-dum.
She's a bitch, a dumb bitch. Yeah.
I realize, I'm probably outside the mainstream in the degree to which I get a little obsessive compulsive about the usage of language. I don't like it when I fuck up, and when other people, well, especially stupid people like Caroline Leave-It-Alone, today, actually a White House reporter for Fox News TV Radio Rwanda challenged her on why things like mission strike times and weapon systems and launch times aren't classified. Well, she's ethically bad at her job.
Yeah.
She's ethically incompetent. But one thing leapt out at me. Responding to the Fox reporter, Jackie Heinrich, Caroline Leave-It-Alone said, "Again, I would defer you to the Secretary of Defense's statement he put out this morning."
Ugh.
Did you catch that?
No, I didn't catch it.
Again, I would defer you.
Defer you? Oh my God! They're so stupid. They're ignorant. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like when
it would be nice if Jackie Heinrich would have said, "Defer me? Do you mean refer, Caroline?"
Right. Then they should. They should.
To be job.
Right.
You would defer me.
Yep.
What are you going to do next? Tell me you could care less about something?
Right.
Or that you plan on honing in on something, you goddamn dumbass?
All right. Well, that's all they do. It's like the gazpacho police and all that.
Yeah, Peachtree dishes.
Uh-huh. Because they're ignorant. They don't read. They don't have any intellectual curiosity to educate themselves. And they hear these things. So they don't know how it's spelled. Or they don't even know what it means. They know what it means because whatever, somewhat. But they don't. It just goes to show you how stupid they are and how uneducated and unwilling to be informed that they are. So and they can't compete. That's why they hate this country. They hate America. They hate decency and dignity. They hate science.
And the things this idiot says are just word salad. The National Security Advisor has taken responsibility for this inadvertent number being added to the messaging thread. But above all, we take the lives of our troops,
safety, really?
Security, prosperity around the globe with the utmost seriousness.
Prosperity. Bullshit. Prosperity? Well, it's in the chat too. In the Signal chat, there were misspellings as well. So principal was misspelled. The wrong principal, of course. Right? Our
PRINCPL.
Yeah. Well, of course it was
because they don't. The principal's office and get your jewels inspected.
Right. Because they don't know shit. They don't know. I'm just trying to look up this tweet from. It happened a while ago, but I can't remember. When Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to own AOC with it, and saying how stupid she is. But, yeah, I don't remember exactly. Wait, I'm trying to find it, but I know you got to go.
It was hilarious. I had it last night.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it right now, but I had it last night.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I don't want to hear about last night. We're living in the day.
We're living, yes. We're in the present.
Yes.
Sarah, thank you for everything.
All right.
We had some tech issues
of
earlier.
Course, it's fine.
We'll have a go at this next week, okay?
Sounds good. All right. Have a great night. Sure. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. That's the great Robyn Roxanne Kincaid. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me see. I'm trying to... Does anybody have this fucking tweet? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Anyway, I shouldn't bring it up since I didn't have it. But it was something dumb. She said something dumb. I mean, what else is new? And, well, isn't it embarrassing, too, for not just, America in general, but I'm just looking at the headline over here at let me see, I'm trying to get my picture in picture. Show picture in picture. There I am. Their use of emojis isn't it beneath the dignity of, I don't know, the Secretary of Defense? This is what they do? And as I was saying earlier, we know that this is only the time they've been caught. They have been engaging in this behavior forever, including in the first maladministration. But you see, they don't play by the rules, right? Different rules. These are the same people that attacked everyone else. Hillary Clinton, mercilessly. I would be in jail, Pete Hegseth said. And I'm sure you saw, I don't know, maybe you didn't. It's an embarrassment. This guy from Fox News? Oh my God. Who, this is gonna go down in history. Of course, when the future unpacks this disgusting timeline that we're in. Here's how Fox News covered the Signal chat.
Another big story today out of The Atlantic, where their editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg has reported that he was accidentally sent sensitive information about military strikes in Yemen. The messages come from 18 national security officials. They were sent through the encryption app Signal, and there are indications that they appear to be authentic. I think there are two takeaways from this story as of what we know today. One, it is incredibly concerning that sensitive information would be sent with a journalist included in the thread. We can speculate, and there is reasonable, fair expectation that somebody like Jeffrey Goldberg was accidentally included under his initials, JG, when who was meant to be included was a trade chief, Jameson Greer. But if it was accidental, and we'll wait to see if this was accidental, it is incredibly concerning that this information would be shared over the Signal app with the journalist included. But the bigger takeaway for me is it's an insight, a transparent insight into the thought process and dialogue of our national leaders. If you look at the actual content of what was reported, if you look at how they discuss potential strikes on Houthis in Yemen, what you will see is dialogue between Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Stephen Miller, Tulsi Gabbard, and many more in a very collaborative, open, honest, team-based attempt to come to the right decision after years of secrecy and incompetence.
Yeah, it's called,
if you read the content,
a war plan, right? It's called protecting your troops. We're so glad there's no secrecy when we're conducting military operations, you fucking baboons.
Of these messages, I think you'll come away proud that these are the leaders making these decisions in America.
They have no dignity. You feel proud? Anybody feel proud about this? Now, I was looking at the conservative Reddit page. Sometimes I go there to get a glimpse into what the maggots are saying. And a lot of them they're making excuses. Some of them, though, are saying that, this isn't good. And then when they point out how somebody needs to be fired, let's say, someone else inevitably breaks in and calls them a liberal plant, or says that they're just in there, to sow discord, makes you wonder, makes you think, somebody said, who these people are. And it's always attack the messenger. The party of personal responsibility. Are they taking any responsibility for the disasters they create, for the fact that they have wrecked our nation and our good name? We had a somewhat of a good name when we kicked that baboon out of office the first time. The world breathed a sigh of relief for a minute and a half until the monster, the morons, the idiots put him back in office. What is wrong with you? And, I got to say, I don't know. I'm a little annoyed. I live here in Queens, of course, as you guys know, and I'm in New York, which is a blue state, a solid blue state. But there's a fucking baboon that lives across from me in the same apartment complex that has, I guess he has a terrace. And all of a sudden, this morning, when I'm putting my coffee on, I look out the window, and there's a fucking Trump flag flying. I got pissed. But what can I say? I don't want to see that shit. And how dare they? And I guess maybe they put it... and it is new. It's new. They used to have... Unless they sold that apartment, because there used to be a Ukrainian flag. They had a... it had an American flag, then they had a Ukrainian flag underneath it. And I was like, of course, all about that. I was very supportive of those flags. So to see a maggot flag, of course, the Ukrainian flag is gone, and then there's a maggot flag And I thought, well, if it's the same people, it goes to show you that they're just a disgusting cult with no standards. Because as soon as the baboon does what his master Putin wants and attacks Ukraine, they take the Ukrainian flag down and replace it with a Trump flag? How dare they? And maybe really wish I had some kind of something that flag. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that fucking flag, especially every morning. I got to look out the window and see that. Just, oh God! But I guess they do it to own the libs. I also, one of my Wi-Fi is traders support Traitor Trump. So anybody who searches for Wi-Fi in this area, but that's what I suggest you do things like that if you can. You know, little acts of resistance here and there. But let's go through. Here's the conservative Reddit page. Let me see. This can't be real. How the Atlantic's editor got access to to private military private, they put in quotes, of course. So, yeah, well, so I don't know if these are actual conservatives. Somebody writes, rules don't apply to some, apparently. This is what happens. Who knows? Maybe some of them are seeing the light. And then, of course, you get the hoax angle. Let me see if I can find that, actually. That Hegseth response. Hegseth. Let's see. Reporter? Let's see. No, that's another one. He's not texting war plans. I'm just looking. Oh, look at him. Aren't you proud? That's your Secretary of Defense. Everyone. He's a real big man. Fucking disgrace. Oh, here it is.
One question.
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those details classified?
Pisha.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited
You can't help but bounce around like a 12-year-old.
Profession of peddling
he does?
Hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax.
Oh yeah, that's a hoax too. That's the one I forgot. Very fine people on both sides, because that's a hoax. We didn't hear it come right out of the baboon's mouth. That's a hoax. Just like the Russia hoax. How he's just not fit.
Or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles
suckers and losers.
Garbage.
Suckers and losers. All of those supposed hoaxes have been, not only have we seen and heard with our own beautiful eyes, but have been validated. And I'll take General Kelly's word over this DUI hire. Because General Kelly came out, he's the one that tried to warn the baboons, the flying monkeys who voted for the baboons, that Trump is fascist to the core. He said that Trump has a fundamental disdain for American values, and still they voted for him. I will never forgive those who voted for Trump. And I'm of the opinion that they're going to have to atone for what they've done to this country, because they have helped the decline of the grand experiment. I mean, we're not even 250 years old. And what is also a disgrace, that this country will turn 250 while that effing convicted felon traitor is staining the White House with his disgusting carcass.
I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely. from the beginning.
Can't you tell he really cares?
4 years of deferred maintenance under
Fuck
the Trump
you.
administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through.
Oh,
And when they did
sure.
shoot back, it was
You piece
purely
of dirt.
defensively or
Oh, all of a sudden, right? The troops, when those who served under Biden were all a bunch of losers and suckers. Again, now they're all they're the Avengers. I can't listen to him anymore. But there is no Russia hoax. It's real for those who don't know. Let's see. I should just have this list handy. The Russia hoax is not a hoax. Losers and suckers is not a hoax. General Kelly came out and confirmed, because, of course, the maggots were calling him a liar. So, as a man who has some standards, has some honor, I suppose, he came out and said, no, he said it. We were standing over the grave of my son, who gave his life for this democracy. And Trump asked, I suppose, in a moment where he thought they were connecting somehow, he asked General Kelly, I don't get it. What's in it for them? And the losers and suckers, the other thing is, you know where that comes from. That's when the baboon was representing America at the 75th anniversary of the Normandy invasion. Disgracefully, he was representing us, of course. And there were supposed to be some commemoration one night, but it was raining. And they were telling him, yeah, we got to go. Sir, we got to go. And he said he resisted it because it was raining out. He didn't want his orange turd hair to get wet because he looks like shit. I guess his comb over something would his boof would fall. And he said, that's when he said losers and suckers. He said, why should I go and honor them, a bunch of losers and suckers? Because they got themselves killed, you see. Losers and suckers. Only losers and suckers sign up for service. And then they get themselves killed? What a bunch of suckers. What's in it for them? They didn't even get $1. What'd they get? $20? Give me $1. You got 50 cents. You got $1. Everything. Let me fucking look at this. Hold on. Oh, and the other thing, of course, we know. It's just they have the gaslighting never stops. Their shamelessness never stops. And I do wish that I hope the Democrats listen to the show and say, yes, exactly. Oh, our peach dude. Several generals. Yeah. And, but what was I saying? Anyway, I forgot. The thought went out of my head for a second. Oh, yeah. I do hope that the Democrats, who are annoying because they don't know how to message, whether I don't understand why they don't. It's not that hard. Listen to Tarabuster. Listen to the Tara Show on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. at the Political Voices Network, right here on YouTube. You'll learn how to message. But I don't understand why the Democrats take this. Democrats, if you're listening, if you're in the halls of power and you work for a Democrat or something, whisper in their ears, because clearly the messages I leave for them are not breaking through. That you go after them, you laugh at them, just like they laugh at you. You say, well, I guess the party of personal responsibility only sticks to that motto when they're trying to strip grandma of her Social Security, when they're trying to steal grandma's Social Security. The party of personal responsibility only sticks to that motto when they're trying to, fill in the blank, cut the lifelines of Americans when they're firing Americans and dancing around with a freaking chainsaw on their sufferings. How dare these people? You know? How dare they? Thank you, ORP Peace Dude, for hanging out. Thank you. And everyone else. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing him out because he says he has to split. And I'm saying, good night. Did Kathy leave too? I thought she would. Oh, no. I thought she said she was leaving. We're going to wrap it up in a minute because I'm tired. Oh, yeah, but here, the Russia hoax, for those who want to inform their maggot relatives when they say Russia hoax, well, no, it's not a hoax. That it's... Okay, the Russia investigation, which included the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane and the Mueller investigation, was a real inquiry into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. U.S. intelligence agencies and bipartisan Senate investigations have consistently concluded through extensive studies and investigations that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to benefit traitor Donald Trump. That's why when the baboon, the convicted felon baboon, was in Helsinki and met with Putin in secret with no American president, confiscated the transcript, and then had a press conference in front of the world where he embarrassed America on the international stage, again, as he always does. Yeah, that's why he said, well, I don't know why he would lie. And that's when he took the word of an America-loathing dictator over the 17 intelligence agencies that told his dumb fuck ass that Russia interfered in our elections to benefit him. Because that's all that matters. Oh, they like me. They like Trump, he would say. That means they're good. The Mueller investigation found, though, no active coordination, or so they say, between Trump and Russia. They were just useless idiots, because numerous Trump campaign officials, including what's-his-face, Manafort, met regularly with Russian agents. They also passed data to the Russians, voting data, demographic data, so the Russians can micro-target the stupid flying monkeys who voted for the convicted felon monstrosity who is destroying America and hates America. So, yeah, it's not a hoax. A lot of people went to jail for a hoax. Let's see. That's why the convicted felon baboon had to pardon some of them. How many went to jail? I should know this off the top of my head by now. But, oh yeah, I heard another thing today that made me want to puke, but maybe we'll talk about this on the Tara show tomorrow. How the convicted felon con man traitor to America wants to start a reparations fund for the January 6th traitors. How dare you, right? That's why, how dare you? How dare that fucker who lives across from me fly a Trump flag? How dare you? Traitor. I know, look at Boudica. She's cleaning herself. She's a good girl. She's got a good cleaning routine. Yeah, Paul Manafort was sentenced to a combined 7.5 years in prison for his financial crimes and his work in Ukraine, for being a traitor, for being a foreign agent, but not revealing it. That's what they do. Michael Cohen received a 3-year prison sentence. George Papadopoulos served 12 days of a 14-day sentence for lying to investigators about his contacts with Russians. What are you hiding? You're a useless idiot. So what the Mueller report concluded was that these maggots, just like what they did with their Signal chat, that they're a bunch of clowns and they're easy targets for spies. Of course they are. And Russia, Putin chews up Trump and spits him out. And they laugh at Trump. You realize that Putin laughs at him. And Trump is just a stupid bitch. He doesn't realize it. Did you? I don't know if you saw during the campaign when one of the crack reporters said to him, "Oh, did you see that Putin endorsed Harris?" I don't know if you guys remember that. And I remember somebody saying, "Well, why would he do that?" It's yeah. I mean, you think he's not playing to the whatever, the press, or just trying to say that he doesn't, that Trump is not his little bitch, right? Because then they can go, well, I endorsed Harris. I thought I wanted Harris to win, but they asked the baboon what he thought about that, and he really looked sincerely hurt. He goes, well, I don't really understand that, but he really was wounded by it. That's what a small, tiny, little, easily manipulated waste of human DNA he is. And I'm sure any maggots passing on through here would say, as they do, Trump derangement syndrome. And this is the other thing that the Democrats have to carry on, take and use. Trump derangement syndrome is thinking that a serial bankrupt, convicted felon, trust-funded con man with a fake university and a fake multi-level marketing vitamin scam, a history of sexual assault, 39 felonies and counting, who sent a mob to go and stop the peaceful transfer of power by urinating and defecating in the halls of the citadel of democracy, who called up the Secretary of State of Georgia and said, I need you to find me the votes to win, a convicted rapist, a traitor to America who embarrasses America on the world stage and has done more damage in 2 months than any attack from America's enemies could ever wish to do or hope to do. Thinking that baboon is fit to be the president, that's Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, maybe you could cut it down. You don't have to use all of those descriptors, but tell me where I was wrong. Did I get anything wrong there? He's a convicted felon. He's a tax cheat. He's a serial bankrupt. He's a trust-funded loser. Right? Right. Yes, they won't fund treatment for Trump derangement syndrome anyway, so why be concerned about it? Right. Exactly, Commander Bond. But you saw that they were, in one of these states, they were trying to make it an official mental illness until, I think they dropped it. Let's see, TDS. When the lead sponsor got caught trying to meet in one of those stings, one of those Chris Hansen stings. Let's see, illness, sponsor. We were talking about that on the Tara show. Sponsor, arrested, and sting. Sting. We could set our clocks. Again. Right. Let's see. It takes, I don't know what's taking this AI so long to give me my result. Yeah. Senator Justin Eichhorn, on March 17th, 2025, Eichhorn was apprehended in a sting by the Bloomington Police Department for soliciting a minor for prostitution. charged with attempted coercion and enticement of a minor for prostitution following interactions with an undercover officer posing as a underage girl. Yep. Oh well, but he had sponsored the bill, who wrote the bill to make Trump derangement syndrome a mental illness. It's all projection. They're mentally ill, they're unfit, they have no business being anywhere near the halls of power, and we got a lot of work to do. It's gonna get real. As the weather improves, people are gonna get into the streets, and as Robyn was talking about, one of their Reichstag fire moments, that's what I was wondering or worrying about, frankly, with the fact that they have made us so vulnerable just by making, what am I trying to say? Making our allies hate us. So you think they're going to share intelligence with us when they see how these clowns deal with it, how they run things, how they operate? One of those dumb effers was literally in Russia. Well, I think he was in the Kremlin at the time. So, come on. Talk about useless idiots. And the other thing I have to say, they disappeared a woman today, Ed? They did? Let me see. Trump. But as I'm looking this up, if you have a link or something, I didn't see that. Or a name or something, I don't know, or that I can Google. But the other thing that annoyed me about this thing, that probably on a public Wi-Fi. You're right. Of course they were. Where else are you going to get Wi-Fi? They're on the Wi-Fi in the Kremlin, the asshole, no doubt, and everything is being hacked and downloaded, and they're installing all kinds of spyware on the fucker's phone, we know. And what about the painting? Apparently Trump got a painting from Putin, and this other, one of his baboons delivered it to him, hand delivered it to him. You think they checked that painting for any kind of device? Of course, it's not going to just be right there on the back of the painting, or in an obvious, or embedded in the frame or whatnot. It's going to be some kind of high-tech device that they're not going to be able to find because they're stupid and they're inept, they're incompetent. But the other thing that really pissed me off about the Signal chat is these are the same people that hate America, not just hate America, but they hate the American worker, right? They're always attacking the American worker for who works remotely, right? Like Lauren Boebert, all of them, not just Lauren Boebert, but all of them. I just have a video of her going after remote work. You got the numbers? You get, they're always so angry. And as they hate on the American people. But, okay, so the American people can't work remotely effectively, but you baboons can be all over the effing globe, or on the beach, or at the bar, or in your basement, or wherever the F, in unsecured locations, at the gym, at Walmart, wherever the F you are, because using the public Wi-Fi, because you're just special like that. But the American people who work for a living, who want to work remotely because they get some of that work-life balance they heard so much about, they're losers. They're cheating. They steal. They're not working hard enough. These fuckers are always kicking down on the American people. They really hate the working class. And we've talked about this. I wrote an article about this on the Political Voices Substack about how this, I'm sure, did we talk about this on the show last time? I think we did. Alina Habba was on Fox News and Hannity. You can remind me if we talked about this. And they were talking about AOC. And she made a joke, she was saying, trying to insult AOC, saying that she wasn't there to get a drink at the bar. She was there serving drinks.
I mean, Jasmine Crockett, and I love when AOC
unquote.
lectures Elon Musk about not being intelligent. I'm like, oh, she's such a genius. I'm inspired by her every word.
You were in the bar. You were in a bar.
Yeah.
You were in a bar, AOC.
Well, that's
Calm
the only
down
thing
and
she
not
and
to
I
have
have
a
in
drink,
common.
to serve one.
Exactly. All
Look
right,
at her fucking,
Alina,
look at her face. Haha, she's so proud of herself to serve one. Monsters. They hate America. And I mean, Democrats, hello? Can you please start pointing it out? That the Republicans are the domestic enemies the founders warned us about? No, they're not good people. Good people do what good people do. Know them by their fruits. That's what your Jesus said. Good people don't behave like this. They don't cut Granny's throat because the richest fucking parasite on earth doesn't have enough money. Oh, he's finding waste, fraud, and abuse. They don't destroy the American experiment because they want to steal. They want to turn us back to the Dark Ages. The fact is that we can have a functioning government. That's what people want. We can have a government where you call up the IRS if you have a question or whatnot, or you call up Social Security, and they pick up on the first ring. Why don't we deserve that? Oh, that's big government. We deserve to have a government that works for us. That's us. That's we the people. That's the American people. That's why they're going after the post office now, which makes me so irate. The post office is older than the country. The first postmaster general was Benjamin Franklin. And these monsters, Elon Musk, Traitor Trump, they hate the post office. Why? Because it's a unionized workforce, and it has a high approval rating for the American people, and it's not just about profit, believe it or not. That a functioning civilization should connect. It's in our Constitution, too, that every community should be connected. I mean, that's what a shining city on the hill would do. I can't take it. And the only thing that keeps me going is knowing or hoping that at the end of this monstrous time, the American people will get a clue. Will finally get a clue. That no, government isn't the problem. It's the people who hate government. It's the people who say government is the problem. They're the problem. Because when they go after government, remember, they like government just fine. They just don't like democracy. And when they're going after government, they're going after the government that patriots fought, bled, and died to create and entrust to us. So what are you talking about? You hate government. Government's the problem. How dare you? You anti-American baboon. I know I've been saying baboon a lot, but what else are they? They're baboons. They're devolved. They're not evolved. They're the worst. I'm trying to find this. Here we go. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. We need to watch this again, but...
All are allowing delinquent employees to sit on their sofas at home instead of actually getting to work and doing their jobs.
How dare you?
This is absolutely unacceptable. You all are doing their jobs. This is absolutely unacceptable.
How angry are you? Right? Look at her face. Doing their jobs. Sit on their couches. Doing their job. And fuck you. Lady who couldn't pass the GED until 4 times by the skin of her ass. Who gave her boyfriend a hand job at a children's play. Who doesn't know how to act. Whose kids are running through the community, stealing and committing crimes, committing chaos, vandalism, like their father, like their drunken father. Yeah, Neanderthal. I don't want to insult Neanderthals because there's a lot of misconceptions about the Neanderthal. They're not as devolved as Homo sapiens. So, Nakeem on the chat. And they have, we wiped them out. And in fact, I also, according to 23andMe, I have more Neanderthal DNA than 95% of the other users of the 23andMe app. So when I say, and in fact, you know what they say, like red hair? Not that I don't know. My hair used to be more blonde than this, but it's kind of red, I guess, now. And I have red hair in my family. But that is a trait that comes from Neanderthals. And that's how it's pronounced. I know. Neanderthal? Thal? I think. I heard scientists pronounce it thal. You know me. I can't pronounce.
So our employees are working whether they are in the office or at home, and they
Are you monitoring the work that they are doing from home on a regular basis?
Are you monitoring then? No, of course not, you stupid. Are you doing this? We want the numbers. You know, because the American people are just such lazy fuckers. They suck. The American people, you gotta watch them. You gotta beat them. You gotta kick them. Even though productivity is record highs and corporate profits are record high, and productivity has been constantly increased over the generations and the decades, even though the only thing that's gotten better is the wealth of the 1%. But, you know, the American people suck. They need work requirements. They need to be beaten. They need to be watched because they're babies. They're children. And you got to whip them and beat them. Because they're liars, right? They just steal and steal and steal. They say they're working, but you got the numbers? You got a number? You got $20?
Every employee, do you have the numbers of the hours that are submitted? Are you counting how many times they're logging into their computers and responding to casework?
So our employees are subject to the same performance management processes and oversight they are whether they're teleworking or working in an office. And we have systems in place that our managers use to schedule, assign, and track workloads.
Of course. I don't believe it because the American people suck. We got to kick them. We got to drown them in a bathtub along with government. We got to make them nice and malleable. Got to make sure they're desperate, divided, fighting amongst each other, that they hate America. I mean, well, they hate, I love America. I love stars and eagles. Yay, God bless America. God bless Jesus. But we got to make sure the American people are just weak, divided, that they're accepting the crumbs, and if they think they're worth anything, they might want to work remotely, like adults, and track themselves and put in their work hours. But how can we let them do that? Because they're just so deceitful. That's what she's saying. They're babies, they're children. They got to be watched. Not like her children, though, who are running free across her community, stealing from people. Sick. You track them? How about we track you, Bobert? Track your hours. What do you do? She doesn't work. Dumb bitch. She's going to get health care for life, right? Well, she cuts everybody else's lifeline. Fucking ingrateful. Is it ingrateful, ungrateful? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying. I hate them legally and peacefully.
And that includes individual employee workloads in many cases. So real-time understanding of what actions are being processed at any particular given time.
Numbers?
Additionally, our employees are required to be accessible to their supervisors, clients, colleagues, and external parties during work hours via a variety of means, including instant messaging, video platforms, and telephone. They are connected to the workplace, whether they are in the office or at the home.
Not like my
then
kids.
Why is the backlogs for Social Security applicants increased from 41,000 to 700,000?
Because we've been historically underfunded for a number of years now.
I don't think you're underfunded.
Yeah,
you're funded at the Nancy Pelosi levels.
Oh, you bitch. Which is also because we're a government that runs on democracy, at least at that time. It takes Republicans to vote, too. And all Republicans do is defund and attack. And now we're going to see that it's going to get worse. So disabled people, elderly people, when they call up Social Security, be prepared to waste another precious day in your life. Another day closer to death, everybody, on the fucking phone, trying to get somebody on Social Security. But so, trust me, Social Security has never missed a check since FDR signed the bill, and it will start now. Right? And they want you to show up at these offices that these monsters have closed. We got to strip this Elon Musk of all of his ill-gotten gains and put it back into the country, invest in the country. Oh, and I had to hear at one of these town halls, somebody said, how is this South African billionaire allowed into our private documents and whatnot? Oh, he's not South African. He's an American citizen. Oh, okay. I love how the Republicans are just constantly sticking up for this fucking parasite. That just goes to show you everything that we're dealing with. No, he's not a natural-born citizen, but this baboon this parasite gets to tell us what sucks in the country. He doesn't even know what the F he's doing. He doesn't know about how a bill becomes a law and much less anything else. He doesn't know shit. Exactly, Ed. Bobert likes to reach across the aisle. Well, that's all she's good at. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. Look at Boudica. She's so cute. She doesn't have any skills, Jim. That's for sure. No skills. What skill would she have? She got banged, by that drunken ex-husband. She made some kids. When she had that restaurant, that tacky restaurant, boom, boom, shooters. She gave people friggin' stomach poisoning. Because who could be bothered to follow those pesky regulations about heating all your meat at a certain temperature for bacteria? I don't know. I can't think of it all. Too much. That's what she did. That's what all they do is sicken people. Money. Give me money. Well, I guess it's more money if you don't invest in, I don't know, heaters to heat your food, temperatures, the thermometers. You save $1 if you don't buy a thermometer to see what the food temperature is. Is it fit for human consumption? Who cares? Sell it to the suckers and the losers and fuck them. Give me $1. That's all that matters. Greed is the only American value to these people. That's it. Greed. And the whole world is watching. And I can't wait until they retaliate. Enough is enough. How do you get Canada to be your enemy? Right? These fuckers. Everything's a lie. That's the other thing. Don't these people get sick of listening to the lies? Right? Oh, it's a reporter, a liar. Everything's a hoax. The personal attacks, the childishness, the babyish names, these unfit baboons. J.D. Vance going to Greenland. Oh yeah, man of peace. That's the other thing. During the campaign, we had to put up with these fuckers. Man of peace. Trump will end wars. And then when he gets Zelensky in the Oval Office, you're playing with World War III. Like he cares. And you think he talks to Putin like that? Hey, Pootie, you're playing with World War III. You think he gets all angry with Putin, who invaded a democratic country that we had a security agreement with, that we signed, that we would come to their aid if they were invaded, if they gave up their nuclear weapons, which they did? So, America's word is nothing. I thought word is bond, right? No, not to these freaks. Our power, USAID, everything. Oh, and I think I was showing you guys when we were talking about it on the Tara Show. If you don't know the Tara Show, it's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with my friend Tara Dublin at the Political Voices Network. But the unelected South African billionaire is getting nervous about Bernie and AOC's rallies. So he tweeted, the Dems are just moving around paid... Where is this? Not this one. Where's my... Paid protesters. It's all lies. Yeah, it's all just paid protesters, guys. Because he's afraid. He's gonna lose his ill-gotten gains. GPS data exposes astroturfing. And so, because we're supposed to believe the lies of this. I wrote an article about this at the Political Voices Network. Political Voices, what do you call it? Substack? It's also at politicalvoices.com. I hate Elon Musk, in case you haven't noticed. But this guy, Tony Siriga, this is who they cite. Tony Siriga. Talk about a serial fabulist. That's who he is. This guy makes up so much shit. He made up, he's the one that said that he had this made up story about Michael Cohen and a prostitute, something like that. And so it was so bad that OAN had to run a retraction. That's how bad he is. And he is a serial liar that makes stories up. But, oh yeah, Elon Musk, he's such a genius, guys, that he retweeted it. That, oh yeah, we just move around people. And GPS data, according to Tony Serega, who is a liar, a right-wing liar, I don't know, I repeat myself, it's just the same phone, because of GPS data that no private citizen has access to, unless they're trying to tell us that there's a right-wing, I don't know, plant in Verizon, T-Mobile, all these other phone companies that are exposing our data, our private data. Show your work. Like the guy from the Atlantic, what's his name? Goldberg. Show your work. Of course they don't. 'Cause they're liars. And that's the other thing, like with the maggots, don't they see the pattern here? Everything is, this one's a hoax, that one's a hoax, this is a liar, this one sucks, they're constantly hoaxing us. It's Jeffrey Goldberg, everybody knows he's so full of shit. All the time, just lying about the hoax of fine people on both sides that we heard with our own beautiful ears. All right, and the Russia hoax, which I just explained, is not a hoax, and Suckers and Losers, which has been verified by our flag rank officers that have a sense of honor, unlike the low-ranking, drunken DUI hire, Pete Hegseth, but want to show everybody just what a big boy he was. He's making a boom boom. See, at this time, a boom boom's going to go off here. At that time, a boom boom's going to go off there. Look at me, Mom. Boom boom. America, strong, fist, boom boom emoji. Flag, boom, fist, muscle, boom. I'm a big boy now. Right? Liars. All right. Yeah. And I see JD on the chat. Tesla is sinking like a stone. What stock price is it now? Let's see. Tesla stock. Stockity stock. It's at 272. Let's see. What was the 52-week high? Bum. Stock price. Where is it? I want to know the 52. Oh, it was up to $488. Now it's 266 or 272. Yeah, it's got to get lower. I was watching something and I heard, I would give credit if I could remember who it was that said it, that when Tesla stock hits $70, let's see, that's when there's going to be a margin call. And that's when the unelected South African parasite is going to be, he's going to be not that rich. Let's see, hits, and I hope so. We got to keep it going, guys. I don't know. I feel bad for people that have that car, because it certainly is a Nazi mobile, and it's not safe. And who wants to ride around in something like that? There's so many other alternatives too now. It's amazing. Let's see. Anyway, all right. He gave a speech, right? The unelected South African parasite. He spoke to people who work at Tesla. He's like, gee, I don't know what's happening. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Company meeting, maybe. Let's see. Company. Who can deal with him? Right? I don't know, guys. Oh, God. What are you doing? Applauding. Where is it? Hold on.
Tesla for your incredible hard work.
Hard work.
I mean, the Tesla team is an incredible team, great human beings.
Oh, fuck you. You hate humans.
I mean, anyway, some of the finest people in the world.
Oh, see how human he is? Some of the finest people in the world.
Manufacturing our incredible products. So my thanks to you for everything you're doing. Well done.
Wee.
All right.
Well done.
Well, let me start off first by thanking everyone at Tesla.
Shut up, you hole. You filth hole. Wee. Ugh. God. Go away. Who stands up for this guy and applauds? You should be embarrassed, people. Alright, whatever. Alright, listen, guys. Because remember, Elon Musk is not that smart. He's a baboon. Look at him. Look at him making X, everybody. He loves X. He loves that letter. He's such a genius. He just loves X. He's showing us a way. X. He's Xing us out. That's what he likes. X. Granny. X. Decency. X. Democracy. X. Put an X on that. Look at what a... Oh, God. Make it stop. Can we get to the other side of this? Where he's at The Hague. God. All right, listen, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Come and check out the Tara Show tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over at the Political Voices channel, network channel, at YouTube, with myself and my friend Tara Dublin. Have I heard the new Elon song? No. No, Jim, I have not. Where have I been my whole life? Is it good? Will it... I don't know. You gotta... I had to see this awful Elon Musk song. Oh, no. It's a serious song? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, Mommy. But they're making me. Mommy? Why can't I... What the fuck? Oh, here it is. Is this what you're talking about? Where's the audio?
He gave us cars that drive so fast.
Oh my
Made
God.
rockets built to blast.
Oh, go.
Oh, thank you, Elon Musk.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
He took over Twitter's reign.
It was so horrible.
For all.
He saved free speech from decency, dignity, standards. He saved free speech for Nazi reign. Thank you, Elon. You make this country suck like me, and that makes me comfortable.
Eliminating woke
pain. Woke pain of being a good person. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I can't be a good person. Thank you, Elon Musk, for making me be okay with being a dumb bitch. Thank you, Elon Musk, for making hate great again with your evil greed. Thank you.
He gave us cars.
Oh God, I can't go to the beginning.
Self-drive.
Self-drive that makes people crash on their way to see their family on Thanksgiving in a multiple car pile up. Thank you, Elon Musk, for killing my fellow Americans with your tough love that you hate democracy just like me, and I'm going to make America free by turning it into a Nazi's dream. Thank you, my master. Will you trickle in my mouth? Woo!
Beams with
lasers coming out of your eyes. Lasers making those wokers die. I wanna kill 'em all, and call myself American. Woo-hoo! Kill every Canadian who don't ever bow to our strength. We are strong because we suck and we don't have standards, and we will do it alone. Pissing off our neighbors, pissing off our friends, doing it all for Putin's plan. I am American like Elon Musk, making America suck. Thank you, Elon, for killing that damn grandma of mine. She isn't worth a damn. She didn't give me $20 when I asked her, so I said, fuck you, Grandma, get to work.
He's got a master plan for our lives.
Oh my God, he's got a master plan for our lives that we never fucking voted for and don't want, and want him to legally and peacefully die. Metaphorically go away to Mars. If we knew what was right, we'd do it today. He's got a master plan for our lives. This is how free a maggot is. We beg billionaires for a trickle and tell them, what do you want, sir? What kind of life do you want me to lead? You know, this is the land of the free. God, they're so pathetic.
Let's occupy Mars.
Oh my
Let's
God.
Occupy Mars. And
This can't be real. Making, I will fill in the blank. Making white kids to get rid of those brownies. We know we want them in their place. Send them to Mars. Send them to Mars.
Alive.
I know, I need a cowboy hat. Hold on.
Neuralink is on the way. Boring tunnels save the day. Oh, thank you, Elon Musk. Fighting fights for freedom's sake. Politics, he's not afraid. He won't just sit and watch. SpaceX flies, Tesla self-drive, Starlink beams with laser dreams. He's got
Take me to
a master plan for our lives.
He's got a master plan.
One more kid, one more kid, launching rockets.
Fake kid with your fake penis. The one that is botched according to multiple reports. You got a very small penis that you wanted to make larger in a botched penis extender operation that will look pretty good on Mars.
Just one hand, Optimus, Cybercat to
Cybercat shit flying off on the highway. Watch out, Granny, here comes a fucking piece of metal at your head. Occupy Mars, make Granny dead. This is everything I voted for when I said America make it great billionaires, because I'm too stupid to run my own life. I need a billionaire to trickle on me. It's true. I'm gonna get banned.
It's taxes fraud, some solid
taxes fraud. Oh, mate, I gotta get out of this country. JD, are you still here?
Saving USA.
Saving it.
So here's to you, our tech tycoon. Saving Earth and Mars real soon.
Saving Earth
and Mars. Thank you, Elon Musk. One more kid, one more brand.
One more kid?
With just one hand. Optimus.
One hand. I got one finger for you, too. Auto-tune.
Oh, thank you, Elon Musk.
The Godfather. She's wearing. Oh my God! Do you see what I'm talking about? All right, I gotta get this. Is I wanted to put. Hold on, I can't wear the hat and the headphones. There's. I just was trying to connect my iPhone to the eCam, but it's not working because you had to see Boudica's face. Okay. She was so confused. Why do I have a cowboy hat? Because when I used to work for Food Network, long time ago, we did a shoot. And if I'm not mistaken, Giada De Laurentiis wore this hat. So, anyway. On a shoot. For a promo. What is happening in this? Who is this woman? Is this a real singer? Mary Bothans? Is that her name? God, the sycophancy. Well, this is what I'm talking about. They hate America, and that video proves it. Because what have I been saying for years? They lack the fundamental, not just maturity, but everything. What it takes, the adulting, the understanding, the intelligence to function in a free democratic society. They are authoritarians. Thank you, Elon. He's got a plan for our lives. Well, you know what? Maybe you can go fuck off to wherever the fuck you want to go. Take Elon, take the convicted felon with you, and then he could tell you all that you're his little peons. There'll be no Social Security, no post office, no Medicare, no nothing, no government getting in your way, and you'll be free. But do us the decency to at least muster the same integrity as the Unabomber and fuck off to the woods. Right? At least the Unabomber said, you know what, I'm out of this civilization. He shouldn't have done the bombs and all that. But at least he was like, I don't like civilization. I'm going to build my own little place in the woods and live off the land. Okay, good. Bye. Bye-bye. Same thing with them. They don't like America. They don't like democracy. They hate everything about this country. And I don't have to go through the list because you guys know. I've been saying it. But go. You don't like it. That doesn't mean you get to turn us into an authoritarian dictatorship. Of nothing, of the dark age, a shithole country. That's what they're turning us into. Like Somalia. No government holding you back by your bootstraps. Everything, the rich have everything. They pay no taxes. The military eats up everything. The little guys pay taxes, and the military eats up everything. There's no social safety net. There's no government services. If you're rich enough, you can go from one gated compound to the other gated compound. Your friend's gated compound, and while the peons fight over the scraps out in the world. That's what it's like. And there's no gays. Gays are in the closet. Women know their place. It's a theocracy. Like they like it. So they just want to make it more Jesus-y. All right, I gotta go to bed. I gotta lay down. I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We should have, I don't know. Should have saved this for, it doesn't matter. You just gotta go with it. Thank you for pointing it out. I didn't need it. It's a video I did not need to see ever. But there you go. Thank you, Elon, for making this shitty truck, this ugly piece of shit that was recalled 18 times in 18 months. Yeah, how many, that's gonna come flying at your head and make your little granny dead. Good for her. She's a useless eater anyway. Her best days are in the past, so fuck her today. Ugh, God, I hate these people. Let's see, how many times... that's the ugliest car that's ever been put on the public market. How many times has the Cyber truck been recalled? Recalled someday. Thank you, Elon, for making it suck, for killing people and sending the American suicide rate up. Let's see. It has been recalled 8 times since its release in 2023. Incredible. What month in 2023? So how many months has the ugly, I have to write it, Cybertruck? I'm trying to teach the AI, you know. Truck been on the market. Boudica was so funny. She's like, I don't recognize this Tara. Who is this Tara? What'd you do? Tara doesn't wear a hat like that. 16 months the Cybertruck has been on the market, and it's been recalled 8 times. That's 1 recall every 2 months. I mean, I'm not good at math. You're better than me. I didn't need to do that for you, but incredible. I can't. I gotta write an article about this. Not today. I gotta go to bed now. I got a headache. Thank you guys, and thank you for your super chats under the radar here, or under the wire. Is that what it takes to get super chats? I gotta sing for real? If you can, please become a patron. And thank you, Robyn. Let me just point out the super chat hers. Robyn, thank you for your super chat and your cute emoji over there. What is that? Somebody, boss, giving a muscle. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, Jim, for being a moderator and a super chatter, and for your cyber tip. Guys, thank you. And if you can, well, become a patron. Ed, I did stop singing. Was that a good song, though? You like it? I needed some auto-tune, probably. Like that lady had. And strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. Exactly, Jeffrey. Until you get victory. Victory, 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 victory. Thank you, Ed the Second. Aw. Is that for stopping singing? How about this?
We will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest.
I love that at the end, where he's like, wait. I got another one. Stop. We won't rest.
We will win. We won't rest.
See? Everybody, quiet. I got a good one. We won't rest. I know. Jim is like, go fucking rest. I need to rest. I know. I got to stop this. Now that we're bordering on torture. It is almost a torture show now. Let me see. And strike. I'm trying to find that other one, but it's not coming up quick enough. And strike.
And strike and strike and strike and strike
it was a request. It was a special request.
Every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God.
Victory.
Reinforcement.
All right, that's enough. That is enough. I know, Jeffrey. This is your favorite.
And strike and strike and strike and strike.
I wish somebody would strike and strike and strike
until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you here, from Africa, from South America.
See how not racist I am. I said Africa. Africa. See, angels are coming from Africa. Africa. Ika kaka kuka papa pipa papa. Do not poop in the capital. Papa. What the fuck is happening here? You got, I mean, is he waiting for the bathroom or something like that? He needs to take a shower? He's got a paper ready to take a nice dump in the Capitol? Is that it? That's how they all stormed the Capitol. Well, we gotta go take a dump. And why not do it at the citadel of democracy? I got a paper. Yep, there we go. All right, angels from Africa. See, I'm not racist because angels are coming from Africa. Kaka, tupa, papa, do not poop in the capita, papa, papi, papa. Oh my God. All right, I gotta go. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you, patrons. Patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Check out the Substack. There's so many goddamn things you got to do. I know. I can't. If I was rich, if my mother wasn't a nun and my father wasn't a garbage man, I wouldn't be going, please become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Check out the Substack, the Political Voices Substack. You can support that. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Political Voices Network at 2 p.m. for the Tara Show. There'll be more fun and frivolity. I gotta clean up. There's a lot. There's like, the house is a wreck. Boudica knocked over a chair. There's shit on the floor. Francis was knocking shit off the table while I was trying to do the show. Now there's shit fell out of the goddamn closet over here where I was looking for this hat. So much. Stop complaining. All right, my friends. Love you. We will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Tell your friends about the show. Tell them. Support the independent liberal media or we're doomed. We're doomed. My name is Tara Devlin. I will see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. We stick together, we win. So I will see you there. And thank you, Jim, for all you do for this show and for the Tara Show. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Political Voices Network. See you soon.